Welcome back. This tutorial is about distorting, skewing, and transforming multiple layers. So I have open my ocean JPEG that we've been working on. It has ocean squiddly diddly layer and it has the deck layer now. I also have open the phone handset layer and the phone screen composite. So get those open and we'll start working. I'm going to use the magic wand tool again to outline this. If contiguous is off and I click on the background, which is what I want to click on, it's going to grab the phone screen also, and I don't want that, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to Command D to deselect, or you'll find it under here, deselect. And then I'm going to click again, and it gets everything except right in here where it's not contiguous. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click in there, and now I have the background selected and I want to inverse this, select inverse, so I have the hand and phone selected. Then I'm going to come down here and push my add a mask button, and I'm going to drag this, click and drag and drop it over the ocean tag and drop it in the middle of the ocean, and there it is. Alright, I'm not going to scale it quite yet, but I am going to turn it into a smart object. I'm going to right click it, and then I'm going to say convert to smart object, and that makes this a Photoshop file within a Photoshop file, so the mask is still there. And I'm going to rename it by double clicking this, and we'll just call this the phone layer. Hit return to accept that. And before I scale it, I'm going to put the screen in. So now I'm going to go to my phone screen composite. Then I'm going to select all, or Command A. And see how the marching ants are all the way around the outside? I'm not making a mask, so I'm just going to copy this content. So I think that's Command C. Copy, Command C, I'm so right. And then I'm going to go to my ocean layer and I'm going to paste it here, which is Command V. V. All right, so there it is. I'm going to turn this into a smart object also. So right click, convert to smart object, and then I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to double click here and just call it screen. All right, so I'm going to put this screen on this phone, so I'm going to use transform to do that. But so I can see the edges a little bit better, I'm going to turn down the opacity of that selected layer by dragging this down to about 60%. And I use 60 because it's transparent enough that I won't forget to turn it back up to 100% when I'm done. So here's that layer, and you can kind of see through it, which helps us get it on the fit it to the screen just right. So I'm going to go edit and transform, free transform. And I'm going to show you a couple of things in free transform. Remember, in this mode I can scale and rotate, and then what I really want to do is kind of get it smaller than the screen itself. And then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to show you skew first, so when I use it later you'll see what it's really doing. So I'm right clicking in the middle here and choosing skew, and then if I grab one of these side handles and move it up or down, see how it skews, the two sides stay parallel, and I'm going to undo that, and then right here I'm going to do the same thing. See how it skews it and the two sides stay parallel? Alright, not necessary for what I'm going to do, I just wanted to show you that so you'd know what it was later. Alright, I'm going to click in the middle again, and I'm going to click Distort. Okay, so Distort means I can grab each one of these corners independently and put it where I want to. So what I want to do, I'm going to zoom up one here, Command plus to zoom up. I want to go just beyond the edge of the screen so there's no white leaking around the edges. Just going to go a little bit beyond the edge, so not that far, but about right there. And then here, so I cover up all that white area. Okay. Then I'm going to say OK to this, and I'm going to change my blend mode to multiply, so the overlap is multiplied into the black. So you see that light area around the outside of the screen, the overlap area, when I go to multiply it disappears. So multiply on that white background, and I'm going to turn the opacity back up to 100%. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out one. And then I'm going to select both of these layers to transform them together. So I'm going to click on one and then shift click on the other one. All right. And then I'm going to Command T again, Edit, Free Transform, and I'm going to shrink this down and get it about the size that I want it. I think I want it about here in my composition. The thing I don't want it to have is the top of the screen. I don't want it to have parallel with the top of the phone. So I'm going to skew it just a little bit to change that angle at the top. So I'm going to right click in here and choose Skew, grab this guy and move it down just a little bit, and then I'm going to move everything back up, and I think right there is where I want it. And I'm going to say OK or hit return to accept that change. All right, keep watching, get smarter.